Just doing my weekly water change right now. Trying to focus in. Trying to focus in towards the fish, individual fish. Doesn't work. Can't do it. I don't know how. I know how. Just it's all the phone's fault. It's the fault of my phone. So I empty out about half the tank weekly, and then I do it with a water pump, just any old regular water pump. And and if you have small fish like I do for the intake, you can use a sock, a very well washed sock with no detergent. You know, wash it over and over again without any detergents, just to be sure that there are no toxins left in the sock. And then you can just wrap it around the intake, you know, as long as it fits. I don't know what kind of intakes there are out there. I know I have it's like a round cylindrical cage, so I just wrap the sock around it and let it suck out the water. All this sounds so sexual. Sorry. But yeah, and then the water comes out about 50%, and then I stop. I pull the pump out, and then I drop in the hose. It's still sounding sexual. Wow. I put the hose in, and then I put in some dechlorinator in the water in the tank, and then I just open the faucet just a little bit. I mean, not too much. Can't tell. I'm trying to pull it out so you can see the bare hose. There you go. About that much, or less. You know, I mean, it all depends on you. But just enough to, because I didn't stop the filter. Just enough to get the water moving, and to get it dechlorinated before it goes into the intake of the filter, so your bacteria won't die. Yeah, kind of a cool effect with all the duckweed floating everywhere. Wow, it's kind of like magical. I feel like St. Patrick's Day or something. But yeah, these fish have been something I haven't said before. Maybe I did, I forgot. But these fish have been sick. I've had a few deaths here and there. Something's in here. I don't know what it is. I think it could have been like a one of the new fish that I bought, or maybe when I first moved into this apartment. Actually, yeah, that may have been it, because they were outside for a while with no filter, and for a while, you know, quote unquote, I mean like 4 or 5 hours, no filter, no aeration, nothing like that. And I had no choice. I was in a bind moving. I was pretty much kicked out of where I lived, because not literally kicked out, just someone else took my apartment and they forgot to tell me, and I finally was told like 2 days before that I had moved out. And yeah, that sucked, but that's my luck. And I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it, you know. I did, but I'm not going to. Sound confusing? Well, I asked for money and they gave me half a month's pay rent, and I settled with it. But yeah. So I moved in here, and as soon as I moved in, I noticed that some of the fish were acting kind of weak, you know, very strange, and then I figured, okay, well, it's the stress, you know, they moved from one place to the other, they're stressed out. But then I had a few die, 2 die like in one day, and then like 1 or 2 more died later that week, that kind of stuff. So so I still thought it was just stress, you know, the move, whatever. But then they started flashing, and flashing is when, you know, I'm sure most of you know, but they move, you know, they jerk around in order to like hit surfaces or leaves, you know, whatever surface they can, and they flash their bodies into that surface to try to scratch themselves, whether it's internal or external itching. And I just noticed one of my fish has a spot that looks like fungus. Oh my god. Is that fungus? Yeah, it looks like fungus. Oh my god. Alright. Well, something's up with this tank. I don't know what it is. I think it could be that it's just I mean, well, I have heavy filtration, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe just the current. I guess the current was not good enough, or something's up here. So so I think I'm pretty sure I have fungus here, even though I add salt, which doesn't make sense. But I'm learning. I did just buy tea tree oil, so I'm gonna start adding that for a while. Normally, that's always been good for me. No medication works, whether it's parasites, fungus, ick, whatever it is. Tea tree oil always does the trick. So I bought some. It just arrived today, and here it is, tea tree oil. Tea tree oil. There you go. 100%. Make sure nothing else is in it. And I usually just drop in a drop per gallon. I'm gonna try to do like a drop per gallon plus 0.5% or 50%, I guess. So like a drop and a half per gallon. There you go. To see, you know, because I mean, like I said, something's up in this aquarium. My fish were dying. I had one fish who got dropsy. I pulled her out right away. She was a guppy. In fact, I'll show you where she is now. I have another kind of project here. My goldfish, they're doing fine. But my koi fish. There. But so this is my project. One of my fish developed dropsy. I put her in here about 4 days ago, and this is a planted aquarium. I put all my plants here. All this duckweed. I mean, it's full. It's a 20-gallon tank. I keep this light on 24/7, and it's just full. These snails, I've had these since I got my first plant, like 3 years ago, and I didn't ask for snails, but the plant had eggs, and so the eggs hatched and snails hatched, and now I had snails, and then they were getting stuck in my filters. These filters, the other filter broke, like the lid broke. This one's kind of broken too, but it's still working. So so I'm moving to these type of filters, especially because I have snails here. And oh, by the way, I ordered new snails. So, but yeah, this is a full. I mean, there are a lot of plants, a lot of greenery here, and I think it's doing a good job of filtering itself. So here is the guppy that developed dropsy. And it seems like she no longer has dropsy. I mean, a few of her scales are kind of high, standing up, but she no longer has dropsy, and she survived all this time. So of note, you know, maybe plants do a good job with healing fish, and they usually do, like, you know, not aquatic plants. So maybe aquatic plants do the same. Something to take into account. Anyway. That's it for now.